Hello YouTube, welcome to Mosul Guitars, where we don't actually build guitars, we build other stuff. In this week's video we are actually going to be having 7 full days of work because I'm now on annual leave from work for 2 weeks. So this video and the next video, there's going to be a hell of a lot of stuff happening every day. So we're going to try and keep each day to a minimum. Maybe go grab yourself a snack, a cup of tea or a beer and sit down and chill, because I imagine that these 2 videos are going to be long. First thing we've got to do is we've got to clad these pillars in MDF. We're going to do it with miters on the corners so that when we put our trim on and we do some sanding, we're not going to have the fuzzy end grain of the MDF to deal with. We can deal with it if we were to do that by filling it using some bin primer and some other stuff, but it's just time consuming when cutting miters. Doesn't take that much time really. Once the track's all set up, zip zap zoop, we're done. So the first thing to do is we're going to take some measurements so that we're not going backwards and forwards all the time to the shed, to the workshop, to be cutting stuff, bringing it back here, fitting it, taking it back up there to have another little cut. We're going to leave some of the pieces long so that we can cut it in, so that we make sure the miters are nice and tight and closed at the front, but we can do those final cuts in here because a quick zip zap zoop ain't too bad for the neighbours and for people outside. And it's also bank holiday weekend in August. Right, this is the current state of the workshop. We've got multiple sheets here. It's mess all over the floor. We've got sheets down there, architraves, the skirt and ball parts. We've got sheets up the back there and over there behind. It's going to take a while just to even sort this out. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to set up a time lapse and you can watch me whiz through this, what will probably be 2 or 3 hours, super quickly. And I need to use the belt sander. I can't use it tomorrow on a Sunday, not in here, because you're not allowed to do power tools on a Sunday in built up areas or apartments. And I can't do it on Bank Holiday Monday because you're also not allowed to do that on Bank Holiday Monday. So it'll have to be on Tuesday. I'm going to have to go ahead and square everything off. It is basically this here, where this bit 2x4 kicks out, 2 or 3 mil. It needs to be super flush. So I'm going to have to go ahead and flush everything off on Tuesday morning. I'm going to glue these miners together and see if that works well or not, because then I'll know for all the others. Bank holiday, Monday. Like I said, we're not really doing any construction work today, but we have cleared the other half of the room. So this is the archway. This is the dining area. So we've got all of this wallpaper and everything in here to strip. We've had some damp coming through there, so we need to sort that out. Priority. We're getting rid of a bunch of furniture, and we're doing a big built-in here with a fridge and a coffee machine and a bar and some stuff. So tomorrow we are going to crack on with the bookshelf, do that for a couple of days, and once that's getting in a good place, Monica is going to start prepping all the woodwork for paint, and I am going to start doing all this kind of stuff in here. So yeah, we've got a lot of stuff going on at the moment, but that's literally it for today. It's bank holiday. We're going to take the rest of the day off and chill. Right, it's Thursday, and yesterday I decided I wasn't really going to film anything because I was basically doing the same as I did the day before in the time lapse, and then I ended up getting a bit carried away, and we've also boxed in the top. So we've got the first cabinet, we've got the second cabinet now built. I've boxed out the top all the way across, which is where we're going to end up putting our trim and additional crown moulding. And I've just started on making the plinth blocks down here all the way across to put our trim on, so that we follow the same style as previously all the way to the top to a block with the rows, and then we're going to be going across. So that's currently where we're at. It's looking good. On the other side, not so good. Been stripping the wallpaper and the old plaster has really failed on this whole side, so all that's going to have to be chipped away, and then we've got this entire side to take off as well. This seems to be the original lime. Got a couple of cracks and stuff to deal with, but nothing too major on this side. This side is the problem. Also, we've had the radiator removed yesterday, and the pipes go into the wall underneath this hearth, and the pipework is actually under here, so we're going to have to do some excavation. I think we're going to end up just smashing that whole thing out, seeing where the pipes go, and we want the pipes to come up either side of the radiator so it looks nice the way that it does in the bedroom with the brass bits. This is also another part of an issue where we've got pipework coming in there. In the kitchen, we've got all this exposed pipework here as well, which we want to box in when we come to doing the kitchen, and that kind of forms a part of it. So we've got a bit of work to do there, and previously where we know that we've had damp coming in, we've got a bit of work to do in here as well to make sure that this is going to be all good, because we're going to end up building an oak lined cabinet in here with glass fronted doors, and yeah, make it look all fancy. So that's for later. My plan is today and tomorrow to try and get this basically finished up as much as possible, ready to start prepping for paint. Especially it looks good on camera actually. So we're going to try and do some kind of moulding, crown moulding thingy at the top, so that when we put the picture rail back in the side, everything lines up nice. for the day. Yesterday, it took all day to get all that trim up. There is a lot of filling to do, which we're going to do out of working hours. So that can be done over the weekend when we're not allowed to make noise between certain times. And also we purchased an orange couch yesterday. And so we just kind of have to make some final decisions really on some colours, because really next week I want all this to be prepped for paint. Originally the colour that we were going for was this Etruscan red, just farrow and ball colour with an orange couch now in front of it. And the flooring is this Carndean golden oak herringbone, so something like that. And then the walls, this is painted on paper, so it's not really a really good representation, but this lime white, also by farrow and ball. So we just need to make some final decisions, because there were some greens that we're potentially looking at as well instead, because we're also going to be doing a feature in the dining room, this coffee bar station cabinet thing. One's going to be red, one's going to be green. So we think. I'm still down with this colour. Monica, maybe not so sure. Also, we've got some lights in the mail. I originally ordered these little aluminium LED lights, but they didn't come with any kind of dimmer switch, so we also ordered these. Now the cables are definitely not long enough, because these are going to be mounted underneath all of the shelves. So I've got a bunch of cable, and we're going to see what we can get to make work. I think that I might need to go and purchase a more powerful driver because of the length of the cables in the LEDs. Yeah, we're going to do some messing around with that. So for that to happen, we need to get the structure of the shelves in place. Build that out today is to try and get the structure of the shelves there. So we've got 9 shelves. Oh, well, yeah, but only actually 6 that we need to build. 2 on there, 2 on there, 2 on there, and there's also going to be a third one. So it's 7 shelves that we need to build the structure for today, and we're on a half day because we're out for lunch, and we're probably not going to be doing any work this afternoon. We've got quite a bit to do. Apart from that, I think it's looking pretty good. I'm not 100% convinced on this crown moulding that I've put up, but it's, I suppose, the best we could do with the stuff that we've got. We really wanted to make sure to reuse the original picture rail, so we'll see what it's like when it's all painted up, and then if it really sucks, then we'll probably just leave it there, because it's at high level, you're not really going to see it as much. You're going to be looking at the cabinets and everything that's on them more, is my hope. Let's get on with it. Right, that's taken, I don't know, an hour and a half or so, and all I've done is I've just secured all of these timbers to the back wall, and this is going to be part of the support structure for each shelf. So from here we'll have some more timbers coming across the front, and then we're going to plop our shelf on top. I think these are chunky shelves. We're not going to be using this 18mm, we're going to be using 12mm MDF, and it's going to wrap around the front and the bottom, and then we're going to be able to mount the lights inside of the shelf. I've made a mistake. My intention was to have the timbers this way, therefore making the thickness of the shelves this sandwich, which would have been, well, 60mm. That was already a lot for Monica to deal with. I've put the timbers the other way around, haven't I? Which now means that the thickness of the shelves is going to be 87mm. All of those timbers are screwed, fine, no worries, but they're also glued. we're just going to leave it as it is and hope that she doesn't notice. And I'll just say, that's the way we always said it was going to be. Let's say we're done for the day. Actually, just have a tidy up. Right, plan is we want to put them in there. That took ages, but we should. Oh. We've got some LEDs. 3 on there, 6 on there, 3 on there. I hate doing electrical. I'm not very good at it either. It all needs a load of tidying up now. And then I can think about the next move, which will be the backs to cover the wall and the cladding of the shelves, which means that the lights will have to come back out and go back in. They're all going to be recessed. I'm going to route recesses so that they're going to be flush. Unfortunately, the ones at the top I'm going to have to do in situ. I'll make a little template. That's the end of the video.